Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome, making his entrance to the ring from Maceió, Brazil, Rocky Jr.
Yeah! For the first time, it's going down history, baby.
So another Brazilian will try his luck, hoping for a better fortune than that enjoyed by Jack Wilson. This is Rocky Jr., the unbeaten Rocky Jr., who's made the journey from Maceió and the Atlantic coast of Brazil, where I'm told it's 30 degrees in December. So we'll have noticed a bit of drop in temperature coming over here to Manchester in the middle of icy winter here in Britain. Not quite 30 degrees plus.
And now entering the ring, ladies and gentlemen, a boxer ranked currently number 4 by the World Boxing Council, Ryan Rhodes.
But he will find it hot in the ring tonight, and that's because of this man, Ryan Rhodes, the former European champion, but only because injury prevented him from defending that title, so he is the former unbeaten European champion from Sheffield. But even though he's a white rose man, getting a good reception in red rose country here in Manchester. In really good form, really bubbly before the fight at the weigh-in. Got his crew with him tonight, resplendent in white. Almost look like they could be taking part in the Ashes out in Australia.
This is 8 3-minute rounds of an international middleweight contest. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white colour shorts trimmed with red. At the weigh-in, he scaled 11 stone, 9 pounds. His perfect unblemished record consists of 11 contests, 11 wins. 6 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Presenting from Maceió, Brazil, the Brazilian stallion, Rocky Jr. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the black spangled shorts trimmed with white. At the weigh-in, he scaled 11 stone, 10 pounds. His excellent record reads 48 contests, 44 wins. 30 of those wins coming by way of knockout, with only 4 defeats. He was the youngest ever boxer to capture the light middleweight championship of Great Britain at the age of 21. He also this evening comes to the ring as the former undefeated light middleweight champion of Europe, presenting from Sheffield, Ryan Rhodes.
Well, a really good ovation for Rhodes, and even a polite bow from his opponent, Rocky Jr.
Steve Gray from Fleetwood. 8 3-minute rounds.
I know that the niceties will last for long.
Come on, Ryan. Okay.
But Ryan Rhodes, another who comes into the ring tonight looking in fantastic shape.
Go higher with this protector, okay? Don't let it get any higher than that. That's your belt line.
Certainly a class act,
okay?
Ryan Rhodes.
When I call break, it's one step back, okay? No
forever.
punches. No punches around the back of the head. Touch close hands. Touch him up.
Deserves another world title fight. You know, he was European champion. Unfortunately, lost that tag outside the ring through politics. But it's good to see him back tonight. But he's got to be very wary. He's got an opponent
round
who's
one.
undefeated. I'm pretty sure, knowing Ryan, he'll be on his best.
Well, Rhodes in the black trunks with the sparkles. And the big number 26, you can see emblazoned down the side of his pants. And Rocky Jr. from Brazil in white and red. Rocky, incidentally, junior by name, but not necessarily by nature. He's going to turn 40 next year.
You can see the golfing class already, Phil. quality Rhodes possesses. He seems changing to orthodox. Got such good feet, Ryan.
Well, he is a southpaw by nature, of course, Rhodes, but showing that he can box any which way.
Showing good offence there. Good footwork, Ryan.
A warning for Rocky Jr. about a low blow. Unintentional, I'm sure, but the referee did just bring it to his and everyone else's attention.
It's funny, Phil, when you see names like Rocky Jr., I was wondering if they're going to be like the Rocky character, you know, tough, blazing, come out, firing. But I think Rhodes has dictated here, not letting Rocky Jr. even get into the contest. It's a nice ramrod jab from Ryan Rhodes.
Like all Brazilians, the Rocky Jr. is a somewhat simplified version of his full name, which I can probably give you only the once, which is Jose Cleverton de Melo Jr. Certainly too much of a mouthful to get out in a hurry, that. So Rocky Jr. will do just fine.
I'm glad you said that.
I've been practicing.
Good man. Again, Ryan Rhodes dictating the pace of the contest, cutting the ring down. Doing really as he pleases here. Rhodes. I like the way he shuffles across the opponent now. Not letting him out of the corner.
There's a steely look of determination in Ryan Rhodes' eyes, which I guess is not necessarily a good sign if you're Rocky Jr. I think he's here to do some business tonight.
He's speaking to Rhodes a few weeks ago, desperate to get back in there and do what he does best.
Well, having had so many title fights lately, I suppose that the worry might have been that with this not being a title fight, that he wouldn't quite be up for it, but no signs of that so far tonight.
No, he's
really
very
looks like he's got his focus.
He certainly has, Phil. You know, that's how I spoke to him, but he's very professional, Ryan. You know, he's knocking on that door for that world title, and he knows he cannot afford to slip up.
Yes, that's incentive enough. Of course, he's had world title fights in the past, which haven't gone his way, which in many ways has perhaps just increased his hunger, I would think, to have another shot and prove that he is good enough to take that final step up to the very, very top.
He's not going to be one of those fighters who, you know, finishes his career with a tag of the, you know, could have been or should have been world champion.
10 seconds, corners.
Interestingly, I was at the boxing ball control walls, Phil, and Ryan's fight with Jamie Moore.
Round 2.
Outstanding contest, one fight of the year last week. It was such well received.
Yeah, Jamie Moore, as I mentioned earlier, was on the bill last time they had professional boxing here at the Palace Hotel in Manchester, but that was considerably earlier in his career.
Test.
Some 9 years ago.
You know, when you watch Rhodes, Phil, you know, he makes this look so simple, this sport. You know, come out, Rocky Jr.'s throwing his shots and he's slipping them, and such a gifted young man. Again, slip and sliding Rhodes.
A couple of good punches already, and there's some damaging blows going into the torso of Rocky Jr. as well. Remember, Matthew Hatton won his, or defended his European title with some devastating body punching recently, and I get the feeling that perhaps Ryan Rhodes is looking for something similar here tonight. So he seems to be working away to the body of Rocky Jr. when he gets the chance.
I noticed there, Rocky Jr.'s looking at his corner, gulping the air in. I think their body shots are taking effect on him.
Well, if you compare him with his compatriot, I don't want to do him a disservice, but he's not quite in such good shape as Jack Wilson was physically.
I think there's more of a slip. Ryan caught with a left hook.
No!
I think he actually slipped him away in.
7, 8.
Let's wait and see him complain to the referee.
Yeah, he clearly wasn't happy, and certainly a few people ringside didn't agree with that, thought it was a slip.
Again, Rose sinking that left into the body. Junior. Again, Rose turning orthodox.
Great work by Rhodes once more. And another fighter with that ability to deliver his punches and then get out of trouble. And the end is nigh, I think, here for Rocky Jr. He just can't stand the pace of these body shots.
He wants that, Phil. He looks across his corner. He didn't want it when that body shot went in. Rosner.
Too much. It's the end for Rocky Jr. It's anything but the end for Ryan Rhodes. He'll go on to much bigger things, you get the feeling, in 2011. And to be fair, he'll come up against better opposition. That's not to say that he hasn't done a good job here tonight, Ryan Rhodes, but I think he just had too much.
He certainly did. There's that onslaught, and you see him sink that body shot in just there, Phil. That was it. But you know what? Ryan only done what he had to do. You know, the guy's come over 11-0, so you've got to respect that record. But Rhodes was heaps and bands class in front of him. It's good to see Ryan Rhodes back in the ring.
Well, Ricky Hatton there, clearly impressed. We didn't see too much of Ryan Rhodes, but what we did see, he looked as though he was in tip-top shape.
Like I said earlier,
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes and 28 seconds of round
that's such a professional,
number 2,
solid performance.
referee Steve Gray has stopped the contest. In his opinion, Rocky Jr. was in no position to continue. Ewana, and now closing in fast on a world title shot from the Steel City of Sheffield, Ryan Rhodes.
Well, double R, Ryan Rhodes with a Rolls-Royce performance.
Still to come, the return of Paul Speak with the raffle and who's won those various prizes. They are magnificent prizes tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Stay around.
See him posing for photographs with the various belts there, but the only belt he wants next year will be a World Championship one. And who knows, that fight may not be too far away for the Sheffield man.
Right.